You did everything they told you to do. You got the degree. You work 50 hours a week. You skip the vacations. And yet, every first of the month, you hand over half your paycheck just for the privilege of sleeping inside a box you will never own. You scroll the feed and see the housing prices. You think the market is broken. You think it's just inflation. Or maybe you just aren't working hard enough. You are wrong. The market isn't broken. It is functioning exactly as designed. You are not participating in an economy. You are living inside a modern feudal system. The math has been rewritten, and you have been downgraded to a permanent peasant. Today, we are hacking the architecture of the corporate housing cartel. I am going to show you every level of this rigged game, from the bottom floor where you are bleeding out your savings, all the way to the executive penthouses of BlackRock and Vanguard, where they are buying up your neighborhood with cash to ensure you never escape the subscription model of life. Stop scrolling. Wake up. Welcome to Level 1. Level 1, the forever renter. This is where 90% of the men in your generation will financially die. The forever renter lives under a comforting illusion. You look at your savings account and tell yourself, I'm just saving for the down payment. Just a few more years and I'll buy my house. But the math is a cold prison. While you save 5% of your paycheck, the cost of a starter home goes up 15% a year. You are running on a treadmill that is accelerating faster than your legs can move. They call it the subscription economy. You don't own your music, you subscribe to Spotify. You don't own your movies, you subscribe to Netflix. And now, the cartel has decided you shouldn't own the ground you walk on. You subscribe to your own existence. When you own nothing, you have no roots. And a man without roots in the physical world is docile. He doesn't fight the system because he is terrified of missing next month's rent. They didn't just price you out of the market, they priced out your spine. You get angry, and who do you direct that anger at? The guy who comes to collect your rent. The small-time landlord, the guy upstairs. But here is the secret they don't want you to know. Your landlord is not the master of this game. He is just another hostage holding a piece of paper. If you think the game is rigged at level 1, wait until you see who is actually pulling the levers. Let's take the elevator. Level 2, the retail landlord. The false king of the cul-de-sac. You look at the guy who owns 3 rental properties and you think he escaped the matrix. He drives a nice truck, he posts about passive income, and he thinks he's a real estate mogul because his tenants pay his mortgage. He is completely delusional. The retail landlord isn't the master of the board. He's just a highly leveraged middleman doing the dirty work for the banks. He took on $500,000 in debt, wrapped it in a 30-year chain around his neck, and convinced himself he's a capitalist. But he's fragile. One market crash, one bad tenant, one empty month, and the illusion shatters. The bank steps in and reclaims the concrete box. The retail landlord is playing a dangerous game of musical chairs, collecting pennies on the dollar while the real players watch from above. He is not your enemy. He's just the guy the system hired to collect your taxes. If you want to see the real enemy, the architects of your permanent peasantry, we need to go to the top floor. Welcome to the plot twist. Level 3. The institutional overlord, the apex predator of the modern world. Forget the guy with 3 houses. I'm talking about the trillion-dollar algorithms. BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, the massive corporate asset managers who decided that the American dream of home ownership was a market inefficiency that needed to be eliminated. They don't take out 30-year mortgages. They don't care about interest rates. They buy entire zip codes with straight cash. When a starter home hits the market, you, the level 1 renter, go to the bank begging for a loan. You get outbid by a faceless corporate entity paying 20% over asking price in pure cash. You never stood a chance. The game was rigged before you even put on your shoes. Why are they doing this? Because they don't want to sell you a house. They want to rent your life back to you. They looked at the software industry and realized that subscriptions are infinitely more profitable than one-time sales. So they applied the subscription model to your biological need for shelter. They are engineering a future where you will own nothing. You will rent your home, your car, your furniture, and your entertainment from a handful of mega corporations until the day you die. You are no longer a citizen building equity. You are a biological battery powering a corporate spreadsheet. So what is the protocol? How do you fight a trillion-dollar algorithm? You stop playing the game they designed for you. If you cannot buy the land, you must own your mind. The system wants you depressed, scrolling on your phone, eating synthetic garbage, and sedating your anger with cheap digital dopamine. They want you weak, because a weak tenant never questions the landlord. The ultimate act of rebellion is discipline. Build high-friction skills in the real world. Hoard your cash. Starve their digital casinos of your attention. Become physically dangerous and mentally untouchable. They can buy the neighborhood, but they cannot harvest a man who refuses to be consumed. The corporate matrix wants you to be a permanent peasant. It is time to become a threat. The algorithm is actively trying to bury this transmission. It wants you isolated, renting your life, and scrolling until you die. If you are awake, hit the like button right now. Force this video into the feeds of the men who are still sleeping. Weaponize the code against them. If you are ready to unplug from the system, hit subscribe. We are building an underground network of men who refuse to be owned. The choice is yours. Class dismissed.